Hello everyone, and thanks to Shilpi and Susanna for inviting me for this bootcamp. And I feel very great to share some insights about data science that we use in our daily life, but we don't realize that it's an AI application or data science thing happening with us. So to start it off, like I'll started off by telling about myself. So myself, Manpreet from NIT Surat, and like since my second year of college, I started to explore various groups, GDG, Women Tech Makers, and through which I got introduced to data science, and eventually I got into internships of NLP. And I think the best thing happened to me was this lockdown because I could start my YouTube channel, and we have meetups every weekend. And Susanna is also one of the speaker next week, so it's gonna be awesome. It's really awesome when you get to interact with people and get to learn from them. So without any further ado, we'll get into the applications. So the first application uh, that I would like to discuss is the grammar checkers. So what happens is we we use like order corrections, and like in Grammarly or Grammarly suggests us this type of things. Okay, if we do something wrong typing or something, so it's a type of an NLP application which suggests you the most correct word uh, to the word that we have written. So it's called a minimum edit distance algorithm that is being used here. So basically what it does is uh, to the source word and the target word, what is the minimum addition, deletion, and substitution required. So from this word to this word, it's the minimum thing required. So it goes ahead with us telling about, okay, you have written produce, you might need products, and it also based on the context of words that are being used before and after other word. So in NLP, basically, a word on its own has a no sense, because when I say a word to you as house, so what happens is house to you might be thinking that house is like, okay, a rooftop, we have doors and windows. But what if now I say you it's a White House? So it completely changes to your the American White House. So it depends. A word is like dependent on the context words around it. So this is one of the applications that we used most often, but we generally don't acknowledge it as a data science application. So yeah, this is one of the like auto spell correction, you can say. We have in WhatsApp, even if you write renew or something, you get 3 words, and mostly the middle word is the most appropriate correct word towards your the correct spelling. So in this way it happens. The next the next spelling. So the next is the application of voice to text. Okay, now we have Google Assistant, Siri, and Alexa. We just tell them. So we tell Google application, it types it down, or it performs the task on the base of our speech. So before going ahead with this is the best example, like I find how it's still not very good, and it's still not very good happening. Like it's still a lot of improvement needed to understand the voice to text, like if it's English and how we speak, it differs a lot. So this is one of a video of Diljit Dosanjh that went viral recently about he talking to Alexa and playing his own song, and Alexa not recognizing it. It was the one of the very funniest video that had went. And is the voice of the video audible?
No.
Okay, okay, I'll share that also.
I think you can just share the link drop it in the chat so people can listen on their own.
Uh, it like I want to relate it to that,
Oh,
so
okay,
yeah.
sure. Go ahead.
There might be a checkbox that you can click.
Yeah. Now is it good?
Now I can hear it.
I couldn't find Clash by the Beatles, but here is other music by the Beatles.
ਖੜ ਜਾ ਕੁੜੇ ਖੜ ਜਾ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਸਟਾਪ ਓਏ ਹੁਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਇਹਨੇ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਚੱਕਰ ਪੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਸਟਾਪ ਜੇ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਫਿਰ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਤੰਗ ਕਰਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਸਟਾਪ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਪਲੇ ਕਲੈਸ਼ ਬਾਈ ਦਿਲਜੀਤ ਦੋਸਾਂਝ
I couldn't find Clash by Margie Joseph, but here is other music by
ਕਿੱਡੀ
Margie
ਭੈੜੀ ਆ ਹੁਣੀ ਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਇਹਨੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਸਟਾਪ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਦਿਲਜੀਤ ਦੋਸਾਂਝ ਗੋ ਟੈਲ ਦਮ
Shuffling songs by Diljit Dosanjh on Amazon Music.
ਭੈਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਸਟਾਪ ਅਲੈਕਸਾ ਪਲੇ ਦਿਲਜੀਤ ਦੋਸਾਂਝ ਕਲੈਸ਼
I couldn't find the songs you requested.
ਹੁਣੇ ਹੀ ਲਾਇਆ ਤੂੰ ਝੂਠੀਏ
Songs by Diljit Dosanjh
Alexa
on Amazon Music.
ਬੇਟੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇਰੇ Amazon Music ਦੇ Alexa play Clash by ਦਿਲਜੀਤ ਦੋਸਾਂਝ ਤੂੰ ਲਾਇਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੁਣ ਝੂਠ ਨਾ ਬੋਲੀ
Here's Clash by Diljit Dosanjh.
ਉਹ
So if you see how difficult was for him to like tell Alexa to play his own songs, so it's a lot of improvement still need to your commands that you give to Alexa, Google Assistant, and Siri. Like if you read the comments, you will realize that when Diljit is speaking about Alexa, people that are having Alexa in their own home, it starts playing. So that was like very funny to read in the comments. So it's a very good application that is coming into process, and it has a lot of scope when it comes to Indian languages, because we have various Indian languages and a lot of people are not much versed with English. So like Google Mini Home is now working on the Hindi. So it's a very good application of data science. So you just give them a command, they'll recognize your voice and do your things, or they'll convert your voice to your text and perform the task. And I don't know about many, but if you chat with Google Assistant, it also comes out to be very funny. Like, how are you doing today? How is your mood? I just love you. So it gives very good responses if you read it. So it's also one of the very good applications that has a lot of scope to be yet to be done more better. But it's a application of data science, and work has been still going on to improve this. So the next application is the customer reviews. Okay, so we often write reviews about movies on Amazon, on Flipkart, but as like my parents would think, why should we even write it? How does that affect someone? But I would tell them, if when you write a review, a company sees how a particular product is being sold and its services in the market. Like suppose if you see if you buy a shampoo and that shampoo services is not good in India, but the shampoo services is very good in suppose USA. So what would company do is they would shift their marketing and investment for that product more in US than in India, because it's not being good, or either they'll contact the local vendor and understand what's happening in that and improve their services. So a review could help them get to the insights of a product and help them a lot to increase their marketing and sales. So reviews of movies and even these reviews that we write about products for Amazon, Flipkart, and various other sites, it gives them an insight to how things are happening. But I feel like generally in a hurry we just write okay 3 star, and we we very rarely try to write the description because we don't like feel doing it. But sometimes when we don't get a good product, we make sure we write about it, like, no, the service was very bad. But generally, when it's a good product, we just give it a 5 stars. That is what I do. I don't know about everyone else. Yeah, but generally, it's that lazy thing. We like a human tendency. So if you here see it's a 4 star product for our review, it's a 5 star, and here it's just 1 star. So it just it gives the insight that okay, the vendor might not be doing its service here. Like okay, recently I ordered some things from Amazon, and I don't know what they have done now. So they know that you have bought in an item from Amazon, but you have not given a review for that product. So what they do is now they give you a message on your WhatsApp that write our review, send us a screenshot, we'll send you 100 rupees cash back to your Paytm or Google Pay account. So I think that's a new thing they have found out about getting reviews and understanding customers, because some people just don't like
There is one.
tend to.
There is one question, Manpreet. I think
Yeah.
Mary is asking: is AI being used to snuff out fake reviews? Which is a problem on Amazon. There's a lot of positive fake reviews on Amazon, which is being.
Yeah, like if you see recently, Google scrapped off like a lot of reviews about TikTok, because of the Chinese app. The rating of TikTok went to 1 star because of the reviews, and it took off 8.4 million of the data so that its rating could go ahead again. So that is one thing that had happened. So yeah, that's what I said. No, now they've made this WhatsApp thing. They'll WhatsApp you about the product and then give you, okay, give us 5 stars only, then we'll send you 100%, 100 rupees of cashback. So fake things do happen. Like I've heard of this happening in various what do you say, stores. So yeah, it does happen with things. So the next application of data science is of Snapchat and B612. So it's a video without an audio. So what it does is here it scans your face. Okay, let's see the video and then we'll go ahead with what's happening. So what happens is Snapchat has acquired a company with its filters, and now it has become a very famous app for sending snaps and all. So what happens is initially, if you see, what it did was made a grid of my face and then showed me features. So what happened was when it made the grids, so that gridding helps the computer behind to understand that where are your eyebrows, where is your nose, where is your head. So it gives the placement of the filters at a very appropriate place. And if you move your camera up and down to some angle, it won't show you the same type of, like, it would say that I cannot recognize your face, or it would say it would show somewhere down. So with that grading, it helps at the back end to recognize with each blocks, okay, this makes up my eyebrow, this segment makes up my nose, and this makes up my head. So this is the next application is B612. So what happens here is I try out different types of skin tones and face structures. So I increase it and it accordingly changes my face structure. And if you see, it makes me slim and stuff. See, this went very flat. And like now I'm trying out different filters they have about nose. So it went really very thin. And like it will change the of my lip color. It will change the shape of my chin, eyebrows. So it is changing my lip color over here. So whatever I need without applying lipstick, I'm still having a lipstick on my face. So I think it's good for girls to get some dark lipsticks and check out what suits them or whatnot. Here you can change your complexion color even. So it's again one of an application of you can say computer vision that is like we use. Recently, when TikTok was there, so they had this challenge of gestures. Okay, so you and above they used to come some hand gestures and you have to do this. The camera would scan it and then it would proceed you to the next gesture. Or they had this one challenge called emoji challenge, so you have to be happy, be surprised, be like anything, and then it would recognize your face and then it would move on to the next application. Even uh, Instagram has one, how do I look? So that filter, if you have used, you might know that it scans like 2 3 times and then it tells you look chubby, you look uh, old, you look married, or something or the other they suggest you about. So that's an application of computer vision that we are very much addicted to, but we don't really know that it's a part of a data science application. Sometimes I feel like our parents or like people just think that data science is all about predicting, but I feel data science is all about making cool business applications. So it's really great that how this has been expanding over the time. The next applications are this predictive analysis, which includes the match predictions, weather forecasting, and COVID-19 analysis. So what happens is, um, I generally watch cricket, and it happens in different various sports. But in cricket, when a team A plays, shows the graph shows that this much with this much rate and this much thing the team A has played, and now team B when it's playing, so it compares that with this and this, the team B is going in this way, it might require this type of run rate to win the match in a particular thing. So it might need this type of runs in a particular over. So it's all based on your data, and it tells like if this partnership works for like 10 overs, so they might win the match. If they do this type of partnership, if wickets are not gone down by sometimes, so it might run. And I'm sorry, I wrote the spelling wrong for predictive. And so it works in that way. So it's a very cool application of predictive analysis. So they predict, even they have this analysis, okay, which team won the toss and like which team won the toss and choose the fielding or either this. So they might win it or they might lose it. So it is like like a very good application that is being used in data science a lot of time, like a lot from a very long time. The next is the weather forecasting. Like I would say that recently, like few months back, a very bad cyclone had come to India in Bengal side, and thanks to data science and weather forecasting, um, large amount of people were evacuated and rescue teams were sent beforehand, so that all the precautions were taken and a lot of lives were saved because of that. And just not here, weather forecasting is used a lot in defense uh, stuff also, because they need to know about the weather, what might happen if they could go and fight with someone, like not, and should they proceed further with the steps or not, how much amount of things they should go or not. So weather forecasting plays a very good role. Even when you are doing Mount Everest climbing, so at the base camp you have people telling you about the weather conditions coming and approaching. So it gives you a very good help when you're doing different stuff. So COVID-19 has been something very recent. So it helps to you. Okay. So what happens is, do you think like in March, we had some cases infected, death, and active. So how does a person predict that by next 2 months, how many cases are we going to have? Like media and people have predicted that by the month of August 10th or September, India would have about 1 lakh cases. So it depends on the study of your data from the past. So they studied the data from the past, what is happening in present, and that apply to your future. So they did that study about how many infected were earlier, what were the precautions then, what are we taking precautions here, and then they made this analysis. Okay, by August 10 there might be 1 lakh cases based on the current scenarios and the unlock down that would be being done. So it's a very good use of data science analysis. So okay, so the next applications includes in like three main things: loan, yes and no. So generally, if you go by the old method, so what happens with the loan was it gives on the base of like if you gives on your profile. Okay, you have been earning since a lot of time, and like newbies or like young generation just into the job market would not get loan easily. So what now they have done is they study about a person. So where I was interning, they had made this application like US. So they give that info about the person's age, um, last income, how much is he earning, and based on some calculation statistical, they would predict that okay, this person can pay the loan ahead when if we give him, and this person might not be able to give him because sometimes it happens that the new people entering the job market would not get loan easily because they have just start earning, and the bank may learn that okay, they might give us loan, he's still earning. But a recent study like analysis were done, and it was predicted that the new generation was able to pay more easily than the earlier. And also like banks have now realized that people are more into one thing into everything. Like every bank has its app now, and really anyone prefers to go and be in lines. So if you want to do your savings, you want to check your balance, mini statements, bank statements, it's all in the app. So to make even the app visualizing and to see how much the customers are trafficking to app, they have made some marketing according to it. Like a study showed that the younger generation don't prefer going to banks, they prefer doing everything online, and still like the like the age of father mother people, they still prefer to go to bank and do stuff. So it helped them to target the right audience. So the next thing would be target advertising. I think target advertising is something we all have faced. It's like you see a product on Amazon or any site, okay, and the next thing when you open your Facebook, any app, you get that product. What do you say? Image everywhere, buy it, buy it, buy it. Or even now the Flipkart has made this recommendation system. It will tell you you have put all your products in the cart but you haven't buy it soon, it might expire, we have this type of thing. So it's a very good target marketing or target advertising that now companies are doing. The stock market predictions is a very old thing, like studying the data and the current scenario and predicting if people will invest in market or not. But a recent application that is coming into stock market is how a tweet or a policy by a higher authority and how people reacting to it also affects the stock market. Suppose today Trump made a statement of about H-1B visas, and people's reactions and stuff to it also affects your stock market. So a lot of NLP and sentimental analysis plays a very important role when you are into stock market now. Also, fraud detection is also one of the applications of banks. So it's a lot of data science we use, yet we don't realize. Like if you see people doing a lot of organizing meetups, so now they have data, so they target the same public before the event, okay, and send them links and reminders and mails. Okay, we have this event coming up. We have this mail. Do join us on this and this time. So like data plays a very important role in this time. The next applications are some of the very general applications like email passwords. Okay, so whenever we type a password, it's specified to us. User caps, uh, make it 10. It should be like 10 character, alphanumeric, with a special symbol, lowercase. So it's a type of a regular expression. You can say that it's being used, but so it's we defined a type of pattern to be used by email passwords, or you can say when we buy a product there's a scan thing. This so it's also a type of pattern that it follows. So it's also one of an application of regular expressions in NLP. Next is the chatbots that are like now chatbots. People have come to believe that at point now the newbies that in NLP if you build a chatbot you're a very cool and you know a lot of things. So chatbots are very hyped up now, but are very useful. You can say that you can make your appointments for general doubt clearance. Companies have chatbots, so it gets filtered. But chatbots are also now about question answering systems and stuff. So it's a very cool thing. Um, Also, the next thing is the auto completion, Google and WhatsApp. So, so when you use Google and WhatsApp, so if you write top 10 places, okay, I would love to show this. So if we go top top 10. See, for me, the most viewed things come as top richest person in the world, top web series, top 10 richest person, top richest person in the world 2020. It's just based on my you can say that my researches that it shows me this, and maybe it would show you something else. So go ahead, check it out. Also now computer vision and NLP are combining together to make a thing called image captioning. So what happens is now you give a photo to your model, so it would get the like if in an image it's a dog, a guy, and they will like hug. So what happens is it would like see that it's a dog, it's a man, and then it would generate a caption for that image. So image captioning is something that is an application of both computer vision and NLP that is coming into the picture. And some more are the self-driving cars uh, that are very uh, Tesla has done something in self-driving cars, and it's a very cool application. Like when I went for my summer school, they told like how they're like focusing on self-drivings. They teach the model like this side it's the payment, it's the dustbin, it's a lamp, and you have to take a right turn, now you have to take a left turn, all the directions and the map scenes. It's a really very cool application of computer vision again. Next come is the Google machine translation. Google Machine Translation helps you convert from one language to another. So it's an application of natural language processing again, and it's like a very cool application. But if you try to give it a very long sentence, and especially try it for Indian languages, I know for Indian languages, I had tried. It gives very weird translations for very long sentences, and work has been still going on to improve it. I feel like uh, in natural language processing, what happens are the English, Chinese, Japanese are one of the most common languages that people speak, but like the low resource languages, it's very rare to find a good data set of people talking and writing, which can be used for this stuffs. Like it's very difficult to get a parallel corpus, like 10 sentences in Hindi, same 10 sentences in suppose Punjabi, and same 10 sentences in Telugu. So it's very rare to find this type of corpus to make a good translation. And I guess Google is still working to improve its machine translations. Next is an AR/VR. When I was a kid, we had this TV system and remote. We used to make an action, and then it was used to the like the what do you say, the character in the game used to make a play the same way we are playing it. So it's a type of augmented reality versus virtual reality, and now people have made it a very cool thing. So they like put the headsets now, and then you can travel the world just being at your own place and enjoy everything probably. The next application that we see is AI in teaching. So I made an application and studied about it that in US now schools have that system called automated essay scoring. So teachers now don't have to judge and read every student's paragraphs and essays. They just give it to the system. It checks the punctuation, vocabulary, limits of words, and score it out of 10. And with a good feature engineering, it gives a very good content. And due to COVID, now a lot of AI is being used in teaching. Like people get a personalized learning based on your learning rate and stuff. So it's a very cool thing that is being explored. The next is the recommendation system. Recently, I studied that Netflix has the best recommendation system, and because of the recommendation system, they could save generate around $1 billion of their users, and could generate a lot of amount during this quarantine. And if you see, YouTube also has a recommendation system based on your listening. They recommend you things. Even Spotify has the same thing. So it's all based on the area where you live and how you are listening to a particular music and stuff. So they recommend you the same based on your, I can say, your here like listenings and watching things. So it's also a very cool thing when it comes to different things, like um, people in like publishing company could make a recommendation system and say see that, okay, my this user reads books more about Python and data science, so it might recommend them more books about it in their apps of reading. So recommendation system plays like a very good role. So the next application is now AI is even going into the legal space, and we have huge amounts of data. And for the junior lawyers, it becomes sometimes a very surplus task to see and read the papers. So what is being done now is like documents are summarized, cases are being like an application I read on LinkedIn was what it did was for the US, a particular judge had fought this many cases, and he had won cases for in this domain, and he did not win cases for this domain. So it's a very good thing when people are going to hire a lawyer, so they know that if I hire a lawyer for particular X case, he would help me, and if I don't hire a lawyer in this, so it's a very cool application that is coming, and it will help a lot. And legal space is also now exploring about AI. The publishing company can use AI in very ways, like the recommendation system I told. They could understand the demographics, how like their customers are responding to the books, and they can sell accordingly and contact the local where they're not having a very good strong point. They can contact some good authors from there and make their presence over there. I feel nowadays business is all about making your presence, and if you're present, you are in the game. I don't know much, but that is what I feel. The next is AI in healthcare, and for healthcare, I would say like in COVID-19, like people are studying the X-rays and stuffs and analyzing and trying to build stuff. Recently, in one of the hackathon, I got to know that AI in healthcare, how they're like old people who are quarantined alone. So they made an app for old people. So it's a like an cool friend of them who would remind them, okay, hey, it's your time to take medicines. And if you're bored, let's have some dance, let's have some do some fun activities. And it's just like their companion in quarantine with social distance. So it's a very cool thing that is coming. Also, in India, what had happened was they made a robot and trained him that these are the beds. You have to go to each bed, place the medicine, and come back. So without actually doctors going, this robot could go and put the things and come back. Also, in like one of the, you can say, summer school, they told us how they're teaching a robot to tie a lace, um, play things, play football, and work. So it's a very cool thing that they're doing and learning. Also, AI in agriculture is also coming up with like people filling out details that they have this type of crops and they do not get sown, or like they don't get good profits. So they people are analyzing, okay, in this particular area these types of stuffs are needed, so they send stuffs. Farmers are telling about their problems, and applications are being built on the same. So it's a very cool stuff that is coming. And I would say one thing, if you are going into data science and if you are not very curious to explore different stuffs, then I think you might have taken a wrong road, because data science, AI is a lot about patience, exploring, reading, and researching. So, and it